Hey guys, I am Dr. Danielle Russell. I am a physical therapist who specializes in working with CrossFit athletes, and I am here to talk to you about 25.3 and some modifications that we can make if you are dealing with a lower body injury and you are wanting to take on 25.3. So let's talk a little bit about what 25.3 is first, and then we'll dive into some modifications. So 25.3 is 5 wall walks into a 50-calorie row, 5 more wall walks into 25 deadlifts, 5 more wall walks into 25 cleans at a lower weight than the deadlifts were, 5 more wall walks into 25 snatches at a lower weight than the cleans were, 5 more wall walks, and then ending with a 50-calorie row. So let's dive into that. So first of all, when we're talking about the wall walks, a lot of people who are dealing with a lower body injury may be able to do wall walks and not have any issues with that and be able to do that well and without any compensations and not have any problems with that. I love that as an option. If you aren't going to have any issues with that, please go ahead and do it as it's written. If we are having an issue with our leg or whatever with doing wall walks, I like to step down to that scaled option, which is going to be feet on the wall, stepping over the line, stepping back over the line, and coming back down. If that is not the best option for you, then I think that putting your feet on a box and walking up towards the box and then walking back out is a good option. You can even have your injured leg elevated off of the box, so then it's not helping you as much with that, which will make it more difficult but less strain on that lower extremity. And then another great option would be to do inchworms. You're still getting that walk in and then that walk out, but you aren't putting as much strain on that lower extremity. So then talking about the 50-calorie row, a lot of people are probably not going to have an issue with doing the 50-calorie row if they are dealing with an injury, but isn't something that is going to restrict them to put weight on that leg. If we are having issues with that, then I think that putting our injured leg on a foam roller, so then that leg is extended out and then your uninjured leg is in the straps like normal, you're still going to be able to push and drive with that uninjured leg, but then the injured leg is off to the side and just rolling back and forth on the foam roller. I think that that's a great option. If you think that having both feet in is a good option for you, but doing that amount of calories on the rower is not going to be a good option, then I think that reducing the number of calories is a good option as well. If none of that sounds like it's going to be a good option for you with dealing with whatever injury we're dealing with our lower extremity, then I think that doing another steady state cardio, like doing the bike, would be a great option. You're still getting the 50 calories in, you're still working on that cardio, but you aren't necessarily using that injured leg. And still, if we need to prop one leg up on the peg versus on the pedals, I think that that's another good option to use as well. Okay, so let's move on to the deadlifts. This is going to vary greatly on what we're dealing with from a lower body perspective. If we are not dealing with something that is going to impact our deadlifts, do them like you normally would. If it's going to, then we might need to reduce the weight on the deadlifts. We may need to elevate that surface that we're taking the deadlift from. I think that that's a fine option. We may need to do more of a sumo or trap bar deadlift if it is going to bother like our lower back or our hip if we are in a traditional deadlift position. And then if we really are not feeling good with those things, then I think doing a dumbbell deadlift would be an option as well. Maybe not taking it as far down as you normally would, maybe just to like the knee would be a good option. And then finally doing like a hip hinge or a good morning would be kind of that lower level of where I think that we should kind of end up. We still want to do a hip hinge if possible, because we want to still get the stimulus of the workout, but moving down to like that hip hinge or good morning would be a good option for somebody if they're dealing with something that is going to impact them being able to do the deadlift. For the cleans, a great option for that, since it doesn't have to be a squat clean, it can be a power clean. I think that the RX version of the clean, if that weight is feasible for you, would be a fine option. As long as it's not going to impact your lower body injury. Another option would be to reduce the weight on the cleans, or even to take it from an elevated surface. Again, there's a lot of variables in there that we might need to consider whenever we're talking about that. For the snatches, I would say it's the same thing as the cleans in regards to that. So we don't have to do a squat snatch for this. It is whatever snatch variation that you want to do. So if the snatches are going to be fine at the weight that's prescribed, great. If not, move down the weight and make that a little bit easier on yourself. Snatches from an elevated surface may be also a good option. If none of those options sound like something that feels good and right for you for where you're at, then reach out to me. I'm happy to discuss kind of some different options there. As always, we're looking to scale as much as we need to, but as little as necessary. We're looking for pain, we're looking for discomfort, we're looking for weakness. But if we're not experiencing those things, then I think that this workout is one that would be not too terribly hard to modify for a lower body injury. If you are dealing with something that you aren't really sure how to modify for it, please feel free to reach out to me. And if you need help with rehabbing back from a lower body injury or any other injury, I'm happy to chat and help you get back to being back in the gym, healthy and happy. And at the end of the day, none of us are going to the CrossFit Games. We are all here to have fun and to work out with our friends. So if this workout just doesn't seem like something that is within your wheelhouse right now, that's totally okay too. But get out there, have fun, stay safe, and be able to come back to the gym on Monday. Those are your biggest goals. Have a fun time doing 25.3, and I look forward to seeing you in the gym. Bye.